you can shift these painful memories to the most powerful parts of your story. So I'm like, okay, how do I really deal with these memories? So as I'm growing older, I'm realizing that I have to disconnect from the past to move further into the future, because if I stay stuck in cycles, repeating behaviors, or repeating um, the way I feel, and then putting on the old identity of being hurt and wounded as a soldier or as a dad or as a child, then I will act out in the same ways or seek the same coping mechanism because I want to like push those memories aside. I want to numb it. I want to get away from it. But it's like, no, I must dive in here and do this work. So it's like you have to go in and like take these memories and reformat them and view them. Like you can't ignore them forever. They have to get viewed. You have to find not peace with it, but you have to find where it goes in your story and identify, this is who I am. This is part of my story, and this is empowering because these people tried to break me and it did not work. It only made me stronger. And there's another shift too. When you can take a step back and kind of separate your soul from your mind and look at the fact that your mind is the history book of your life. It is not you. Like, it is not you. Your soul is looking into your mind and seeing this. And that separation frees you up from feeling like it was done to me. Like, this is a body that I'm in, it is a vessel, because we don't have that separation. And before my awakening, I didn't have that separation of this is my body, this is my mind, and this is my soul. It was like, this is me, and it's all happening to me. And so, with that, like being able to file away the memories and then put the identity in the memories, because here is like a key point. When you're doing the really deep work of like actually looking at these memories to get them filed away to where they don't come up, and basically that is adjusting the triggers. Like, what is it that triggers these memories? Okay, how do you do that? Well, you start embodying and feeling the identity of yourself being the highest version of yourself in a very calm state after your breath work. Remember how I talked about you bring up these memories, and when you view them, you create a new memory. Well, when you bring them up to view them, you want to superimpose an identity on them of calm, cool, collected, and solid. That way, when these memories come up, you put on that current identity of being strong and solid. And doing this, you shift from the victim or woe is me mentality. And that's not to say there's not a time to just be like, oh shit, I'm hurt, because that happens. But you are like basically looking in the history book of your life and you're reading stories that are the fulcrum, like they are the jet fuel to propel you into who you were meant to be. And that is true power right there. And when you do the deep inner work of actually observing these memories, but not in a dissociated state, and not in a state of a third person, but as your soul viewing the memories as this history book. And then you put the memory away purposefully, your brain starts creating a new pathway and pattern in which it pulls the memory up and then puts the memory away. And each time you pull the memory up, you are the highest version of yourself. And it's very focused work. But I'm here to tell you, if you are a veteran, if you've been through the shiznit, and you've had just your heart raked over the coals and life has just fucked you over 7 ways to Sunday, because my life has, for 43 years, has just been a fucking painful train wreck. But I am here to tell you that you can organize your mind. You can shift these painful memories to the most powerful parts of your story. Man, you need to seek somebody that's there to heal you. Somebody that's like, hey, listen, I've been through it. Like, I have been, I've had some horrible shit done to me as a toddler. I had some really fucked up shit done to me when I was like between the ages of like 6 and 13. Um, the war tore me up. I had 2 diseases. Those fucked me up. I've been through family court. That trashed my life. Everything gone, destroyed. My family totally betrayed me. I'm still here. Like, I want to give you hope. Yes, the days are dark. When you are in your darkest, it is so miserable. When that phone doesn't ring, nobody's knocking on your door, nobody's checking on you, and they're tired of it. But they've never walked that path. They've never volunteered their heart to go to war. Those people may have never um, had horrible stuff happen to them. And they're not they're not capable of sitting with you in your pain. They don't know what it takes to heal. They think you should just ignore it. But that's not the way it is. You got to dive deep. You got to have a framework. You got to have a plan. You got to have a vision of your future. And now I'm serious about that. You do. Anyway, complex PTSD sucks. I've been through many, many traumas. And I never thought I would be here so solid and so healed. Like, I've always wanted to help people and always had a vision of helping others, but I didn't know the path it was going to take. Because to get wisdom, you have to go through the fire. To have empathy for somebody sitting there going through it. Because for many people who have had trauma, all I have to do is make eye contact with them and just say, I know. And they freaking know. Because people that haven't been there, they're sitting there just saying like buzzwords or catchphrases that just don't land or make it worse. But that's why I went through everything I went through, so I can help whoever you are on this side of the screen. And there's usually like, I don't know, just a few people watching, but for what it's worth, like, I hope that the message I give you lets you see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I have nothing to sell. And I can teach you what I do regularly. All right, I'm done. Roadhouse, Spiritual Hard.